I'm a nurse in the hospital, and I've seen a lot of junior nurses, some student nurses that we've trained. And I know that each party wants to increase the number of new nurses on besides the international nurses. I'd like to know what kind of creative way you've got to attract, because right now, if I would be a student nurse, I would change my baccalaureate from health science to something else. With everything that I've seen and from what type of government I know is going to be, that I'm going to be dealing with as a new RN. So we talk about increasing, but how are you going to entice, attract? What kind of ideas, incentives, monies, anything? What's the plan for each party that I'm curious about?
I could start if you guys don't mind.
Sure.
So one thing that relates to recruitment on the Green Party's platform is that we would invest in free education for Ontario's people up to the post-secondary level. So that bachelor level degree that you mentioned, they would not have student debt from that. So that would already be a big plus. The next thing that I've mentioned before in a couple of other comments would be the presence of opportunities for things like micro-credentialing, more professional development, the shadowing of people in specific areas that you're curious about before you actually commit and get there and then maybe learn it's not for you. These are some of the, you mentioned creative and I like it, these are some of maybe the more creative solutions that the Green Party has, has devised so far that might incentivize and attract people who plan on staying in the profession longer. And above all, to get personal, a big strategy of mine in this campaign so far has been to be a listener to people on boots on ground level. We have nurses, we have healthcare workers in the Green Party. There's actually a nurse candidate in another riding, Fiona Yeager. She and I had a 2-hour phone call or something. It's important to me to learn what life is like for a nurse and the kinds of problems that they might encounter. And I'm pleased to see that. I'm generally seeing that approach in the Green Party in general, where we want to learn from the workers themselves instead of necessarily studying abstract policy that came before this moment that we arrive on the scene of, right? Learn from the boots on ground people what kinds of things cause them to leave and seek other work, what kinds of things lower their morale, what kinds of things lower their incentive to maybe choose nursing to start with, and we would target those areas.